What's up, humble farmers? So today I want to tell you a story about the world's most valuable erection. So this erection created $40 billion worth of value, and its effects are still being felt today. So rewinding back to August of 2022, crypto was in a really dark place. Luna had exploded, the Riero's capital has just been liquidated, Celsius died, and FTX didn't even go down yet, but it was on the brink of extinction. So needless to say, no one wanted to be associated with crypto, people were pulling money out of crypto, and a lot of hope was essentially gone. A lot of the OGs that I've talked to said that, yeah, it might be over. And the crypto markets and the participants involved really needed something, at least a narrative, right? Some hope, a large hope, right? A large beacon of hope that they can latch onto. And that's when this photo of Vitalik Buterin, right here, right, emerged on Twitter wearing gray sweatpants, and let's say the internet had noticed something, if you know what I mean. So keep this in mind, you know, this was during the deep bear market. We really had nothing to talk about, right? We being like people in crypto, right? People were, yeah, like it was just bad. So as soon as this photo, you know, started to circulate, right? I got thousands of retweets, likes, and you know, that was everyone's, like that was all everyone's talking about. Like, oh my God, Taiki, did you see Vitalik's bulge? I'm like, yeah, I did. Like it's bigger than mine. Like that's pretty bullish, right? Like he's packing size. And for whatever reason, right, ETH legit pumped 9% that day. And the 2 weeks following the bulge, it went up 26%, which is effectively $40 billion worth of market cap. So, you know, you can say that that's a $40 billion erection, you know? And to put this into context, like 40 billion, you know, like just to put this into context, here are some other things worth under $40 billion. So 7-Eleven is worth under 40, Lululemon, eBay, and I actually looked this up, right? And, you know, the global sex toy industry is worth $38 billion. So Vitalik's erection is worth more than all butt plugs, dildos, vibrators combined. That's saying something about Vitalik's size. And yes, this is ridiculous. I think it does say something about the crypto markets. Sometimes it's not all about fundamental value, cash flow, etc. Sometimes it's about vibes and memes and how people are feeling, right? For whatever reason, Vitalik's bulge just gave everyone something to look forward to, I suppose, or something to latch onto, right? It was one way to justify holding Ethereum, right? It's like, yes, ETH is down like 70%, but at least my founder is packing size. Anyways, I mean, it's also kind of weird because, you know, imagine you're Vitalik, right? Like the average male has roughly 11 random erections a day. So maybe that was just a random erection, right? Like the boner isn't even pointing at the woman that he's standing next to. So maybe it was just a happy accident, right? And, you know, people started to, you know, take some measurements. This account, this Twitter account, right, called Titty Respector, right, did some simple measurements to determine that his penis, right, Vitalik's size is almost 8 inches. That's pretty impressive math there. And you know, the people started making meme coins like Vitalik's Boner Inu coin and stuff, right? It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. And you know, I've personally met Vitalik before. Fantastic guy, nice guy. And I don't know what got him like so hard or so big, but you know, I was talking to him about decentralization, DeFi, proof of stake, public goods funding, you know, donating charity, like, you know, all that. But that didn't, I didn't see a bulge when I was hanging out with them, right? So, you know, I figured I had to ask him a question, like why was he so big? Like, why was he so hard, right? So I actually got him onto a podcast that I do called Steady Lads, and I asked him, like, is your size?
Guys, let's hop to pasta of the week. Taiki, you wanna go first?
This is a big one.
This is a big one. I went for, you know, max size here, but you know, I forget when this photo circulated on Twitter, but you know, following this photo, I think the price of Ethereum pumped 5%. So, you know, my question to you is, you know, is your size?
Okay, I mean, you know what like actually happened there, right? I think I mentioned it in a post later. Like basically there was a rolled up USB key in my pocket at the time. Yeah.
You don't have to be so humble, Vitalik. You don't have to be so humble.
Next.
That's the story, and we're sticking to it. Okay, Taiki.
Right, Vitalik, a rolled up USB key. You know what? Let's go with that story, right? Like Vitalik, he's a very humble man. You know, if it were me, I'd be saying, yeah, like that's me. You know, like I'm very abnormal given my ethnicity. It is what it is. I can't control it. You know, like, you know, nature over nurture, right? Like whatever, right? But you know, I mean, erection, USB key or not, the fact of the matter is that photo, right, his Bulge photo, added $40 billion worth of market value to Ethereum. And, you know, you can argue that his Bulge saved us from the bear market, you know? And, you know, Leonardo da Vinci, he painted the Mona Lisa. Vitalik, he painted a $40 billion candle with his penis. You know, like, I know who I'm betting on, right? Bullish Ethereum. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, humble farmers, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye-bye.